Welcome to the Arab American National Museum. We opened on May 5th, 2005, and this is the only museum in the country and likely the world dedicated to telling the history of Arab Americans and documenting, preserving, and celebrating culture. Something we talk a lot about here at the museum, trying to tell the stories of so many diverse people from so many diverse places. It's really difficult to pigeonhole anybody, and nor do we want to. So we really just allow people to tell their own story and decide for themselves if they want to be known as Arab or Arab American or Muslim or Christian or Lebanese or Palestinian.
My name is Mike List, and I got interested in Middle Eastern music and drumming. The drumming was really interested me because you could get a lot of different sounds out of one really simple drum, and there's a real elegance. The recordings I listened to was an oud player, and he would wait so long to play the next note after a phrase that you're just waiting for it and waiting for it, holding your breath, and
Unfortunately, for some of us, we have other cultures we were interested in playing and expressing ourselves in, and we didn't have that outlet. So we kept talking about, let's do some world music group, let's bring some musicians together and jam. And we kept talking about this until one day an Indian friend and I went and watched the Arabic traditional orchestra perform in the Ann Arbor area. And we got really excited on the way back that we said, this time we're going to start it. By Muhammad Abdul Wahab. Zaina is an instrumental piece by the great Egyptian composer and singer Muhammad Abdul Wahab. Which is something, although not uncommon in Arabic music, but it's still not the majority of what Arabic music is about. Music that is only played by instruments, that is. So the way we played over here is we've adapted it to our group, and when we go through the whole piece, we take one groove that you hear towards the end of the piece, and then the oud improvises over it. So I sent out a Facebook message this next day to people I knew would be interested, people who played the piano, the guitar, violinists, percussionists, people who were interested in Turkish music, Indian music, music from Eastern Europe. And we got all together and we started jamming, and it was a lot of fun. So over the next month or two, some people had different ideas of what they wanted to do, so they stayed. Others had to leave because it didn't really match with what they wanted to do. And eventually we solidified around this core of people that you see in the video today. The reason we went with Arabic fusion was since I sent out the message and I had some music scores ready to play, I just brought them to the rehearsal, and that was our common focus point, and we just stuck with it and eventually started adding our own personalities to the Arabic music and became an Arabic fusion group.
Hi, I'm Ben Furman, and I am one of the composers that works with Wisaal. I also play the mandolin for them. Fusion Dance is a piece that I wrote a couple of years ago now, and it kind of got its name from the fact that we are an Arabic jazz fusion, klezmer fusion, American folk percussion fusion ensemble. And it was the fusing of all of these different cultures into the band, and so I decided I would write a piece about that. The piece itself is probably pretty closer to Western music in terms of the melody and the harmony, but is a little bit more closer to Arabic and maybe a little bit of klezmer in terms of the rhythm. It changes time signature pretty much every measure, which means you can't really dance to it without breaking a leg or a hip or a foot or some other part of your body. but it has generally a really small pattern of 3+2 or 3+2+2 that adds up to this really intricate rhythmic pattern.
So Igor and I had been taking a class together at Michigan State. Was it research methods? I think?
Maybe.
Something like that. One of those required classes. And so he knew I was into Jewish music. I knew he was into Arabic music. And for an entire semester, actually, he was hounding me. Hey, I'm starting this ensemble. You should join. It's going to be great. We're going to do fusion. I said, yeah, that's awesome. But I have a recital. I have to learn my Brahms. No, you should join this ensemble. Okay, that's awesome. So finally, by the time the summer came around, I said, okay, this is great. Summertime. See what's going on here. And for a while, it was actually a little bit weird because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was afraid that this was some completely foreign style that had never heard before, had never been exposed to before. And then one day at rehearsal, we were playing, was it the Longa? We were playing a tune that was kind of quick and dancey, and I just played one section as though it were a klezmer tune, and Igor just went, I thought he was going to fall off his chair. And that's when really we started seeing the parallels between Jewish music and Arabic music. Today I still probably wouldn't call myself an Arabic musician. I just kind of still play it like it's klezmer music, and it works. But really, the two musics share enough similarities.
Project Genesis.
And our group is Wisaal.
And this is the genesis of Sena and fusion dance.